Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the PlayStation 2 and Wii version of Sonic Unleashed. In this part, we're going to finally be finishing off Arid Sands Nights. And we begin with one of the shortest werehog acts in the game, Valley of Spirits. And of all the time limits you have to try and beat, this is easily one of the easiest. You have 7 minutes to beat this level. You do not need 7 minutes to beat this level. I can assure you on that. Like, this level is really short, but this is actually one of the few. This was actually one of the few levels where I actually missed one of the item boxes on the test playthrough. I've been saying to myself throughout this entire run, make sure you get that item box in the third Arid Sands level. But it's a really awkward one to get. So that one is simple. It's that one down there that's much more difficult. I landed on the platform and then walked right off. So this is a bit of an awkward one to get. I say you want to be on the platform, just so you can actually see where you need to jump. But even then, the camera really doesn't help. Because again, you can turn the camera in the day stages. I don't get why you can't turn it in the night stages. Like, everything we see here, this camera is completely fixed. You can't do anything with this camera. And I don't get why. If I can turn it in the day stages, why can't I turn it in the night stages? I mean, the camera is awkward in either version. Like, at least this version is consistent with it. In the night stages in the HD version, the camera you can either completely turn the camera, as you would like to, or you can simply just slightly move it left and right. And I really don't know why that is even a thing. I want to say you can turn it around in the day stages, but I don't usually have a reason to do so unless I've gone past an item. But usually what happens there is I just end up turning turning Sonic around and then the camera follows. Because I don't think you can turn the camera. I want to say you can just tilt it, because you have to do that to drift. That is the key to completing Savannah Citadel Act 2. So I don't think you can completely turn the camera around, but I haven't played it for a while. Whenever that ends up becoming the game that the spinning wheel lands on. Not looking forward to that, because again, I really hate 100%ing Unleashed HD. Maybe will the last game be a good one or a bad one? Be weird if it landed on Heroes last. I mean, it's a nice way to end it. One that I can 100% easily. But just weird, because it landed the very last game of the 15. By that point, probably 16 games. Ends up being the first one that I played, I should say. Except not on PS2. I have no reason to ever play the PS2 version again. I'll keep it. I will keep it as my first Sonic game. But I have no reason to ever play the PS2 version of Heroes or Shadow again. Don't even know why I've still got the PS2 version of Shadow. I'm definitely never playing that again. Right, I guess they decided the level wasn't long enough, so you have to just fight a load of enemies at this point. Now weirdly, you can't really see it, but there is a metal box just off to the right, just off to the left, where those rings are. It serves no purpose. There's no items to collect. It's just there. It's not like it's really going to do a lot of damage. It doesn't damage enemies that much, so it's not really going to be useful against the Titans. Thankfully, we're still only fighting the regular Titans here. I mean, you don't fight that many red Titans in the game. I mean, these guys are tough enough. They're not really going to have you fight that many. Not until the DLC for the HD version where they have you fight 3 of them at once. Where they're still much stronger than even the red versions in this game. With more attacks, including that really annoying jumping maneuver. I don't know why Sonic threw the box then. I don't know if it's because I reached the end, or if it's got something to do with just hitting the invisible wall. I don't know why he decided to throw the crate. I don't think I let go of the button. Even if I did, Sonic would have just put it down. He wouldn't have thrown it. So I don't know why Sonic decided to do that. Health level 4, we're almost there. Everything just needs to be upgraded one more time. And we'll be done. Again, if you go after everything, you should be able to max out the Werehog, no problem. By the time we get to Eggman Land, I'd say probably around the 3rd or 4th act, we will have absolutely everything. Not that we really need to do much more after that. Because I think by the time I finished Eggman Land, I should have like 101 Sun Medals out of 103. There's not much to do after that. I can't really remember. Alright, Altar of Oblivion. This one is another where the time limit is not a problem, like most of them. Despite the fact that this level has the 2nd highest target time of any level in the game. It gives you a full 10 minutes to beat this game, and you really, really don't need it. Like, I don't know why they decided on 10 minutes. Right, the door you want to go through is the one that's on the upper right. By that I mean, like, the opposite to this door right here. I don't think you have to defeat the enemies, but I'm going to do that anyway, because that's more Gaia Force that I need to both upgrade myself and to get the S rank. Now, one set of games that I'm not that familiar with 100%ing are the 2D games. So I'm definitely not exactly sure how I would handle them for the channel yet. I mean, Sonic 1, 2, and 3 are simple enough. You know, collect the Chaos Emeralds. That is all. In Sonic 3's case, I'd probably do a Knuckles run as well. I don't know if I'd need to bother with a Tails run. Maybe I'll do it, just for the sake of it. Show off Super Tails and his army of flickies that destroy everything around you. Other than that, there's no reason to do it. But Sonic CD, now how would I showcase that? Because there are 2 ways of completing that game. I guess what I could do is just do the Christian Whitehead version, and well, that'd be the version I play anyway, but maybe do like a Sonic run where I go after all of the robot generator things and the Metal Sonic holograms. And have the Japanese soundtrack playing, and then maybe just do a Tails run. Edit in the opening sequences, because they're not there for Tails. And do like a Time Stone run. I don't know, maybe just like have a little side video where I showcase the bad features for each level. I think the great Clement did that. And he did that all in his Eggman voice. It's actually kind of funny. Right, go over here. Don't need to break the boxes. Breaking those boxes doesn't give you anything. There's not even any force. Go on this little platform and then go up here. Jump. And then you can either awkwardly platform your way back, or you can just run up here again. And then there's the advanced games. I don't even like the advanced games. So how I'd show them off, I don't know. Especially Advanced 2 and the Chaos Emeralds. Right, I completely talked over these guys last time. So along with the Red Killer Bee, this is not good. We have my two out of 3 of my most hated enemies in the game, both together. The only thing we're missing are the electrical Dark Masters. In this one we have the Fire Masters. These guys are annoying in the HD version, but they're so much worse here. In the HD version, all they really do is hover around. They'll shoot fireballs at you that are pretty slow moving, and they'll set Sonic on fire. When that happens, his health will slowly drain. If you set foot into some water, the fire goes out. Don't know why when the water barely goes above his shoes, but it sets the water out. But most importantly, you'll take damage, yes, but you can still attack the Fire Masters. You can't do that in this version. Fire Masters, you can only attack them when the fire is out, which you can either do by throwing one of these conveniently placed water barrels at them, or they will, at random points, teleport away, and then they'll start recharging their flames. I don't know why they do that. I mean, it's better, at least that gives you an opening. Better than then firing a fireball at you with incredible accuracy. They don't actually shoot the fire at you. Their only method of attack is to charge at you. But that charge is very fast and very accurate, especially annoying when you're trying to deal with other enemies like those killer bees. And that is why I hate the Fire Masters in this version, because you can't attack them. The dash is annoying enough, but it's the fact that you can't attack them unless the fire is out that's what really annoys me. They're also a different colour in this version. Like, they're actually red. In the HD version, they're just in a blue cloak, but the cloak has a slight reddish-orange tint to it. Tilt? Yeah, it has a tilt to it. Tint, I should say. Right, so now we can go up here. Chip, are we seriously still having these little instructions? Right, so here's what else you can do with the Iron Crate. Besides the fact that I can throw it at the jars to break them, you can also use it to block flamethrowers. And you can use it for that. You also need them to hold down the blue pressure pads. Green ones Sonic will jump on and they randomly stay down. Blue ones you need to have something on top of them. But you can also have them above the flamethrowers, and that way you can get across them perfectly fine. Gonna be doing that a lot in one of the Eggman Land stages. See, in these situations, it's fine, because I was able to hit both of them at once. That hardly ever happens. Also, their hitboxes are really weird. See, when that happens, it's all good. And now we have... it's a Red Titan! Not that it means much, because we already saw one of them in Arid Sands. Unfortunately, I messed up my combo. And now the Dark Pat Snipers are going to make things more annoying for me. There we go. You guys are worse than the Titan. Still can't walk into the fire, though. I think Unleash mode does still make Sonic invincible, it just doesn't... he can just still get knocked back by the fire. I think he's invincible anyway in the HD version. It's either that or he just takes less damage, but I think he's invincible. One thing I do miss from the HD version though, the really fast normal movement. Like, not when he's dashing, his dash looks exactly the same, but it's when he moves normally. And it just looks like... like his arm movements and everything. It just looks like he's sped up. The 10-minute target time, less than 7.5 minutes. Why is it 10 minutes? I mean, I know on my first playthrough, I probably struggled with a lot more of these. But still. There's a point where a game can be a bit too easy. Again, it's weird. These night stages, for the most part, even when you're collecting all of the items, are still really easy to S-rank. But the day stages are so much harder. It is weird how just in general, the day stages are a lot harder to S rank than the night stages are. Even more so when you decide to go after everything. Right, Chip. We went over this in Holoska. Why do we need to go and speak to Professor Pickle? Not only that, look what it tells me to do. No, hang on, I'm thinking further ahead. Yeah, I'm thinking further ahead. This part... Thank goodness you made it back. Now go back out again. So for some reason, rather than just going straight to Arid Sands boss fight, we have to go speak to Professor Pickle and then get the boss fight. I mean, unlike Holoska, this time we have an excuse. We could have gone to Jungle Joyride second. Like, we could have done Arid Sands first, then Jungle Joyride, and then we have to go back to Arid Sands. You do have to do Jungle Joyride before you face the Dark Guardian. I don't know why Pickle says to head off to Shamar when we're already in Shamar, but... Anyway, so if we speak to Esan, he's going to build us our tablet fragment. Well, we've already got the fragments. He's going to put the fragments together and build us our tablet. No, this really isn't a surprise anymore, Esan. Yeah, he's got a cold. That's the idea with him. In both versions, he sneezes a lot. We've attained the 5th continent's planet tablets. Which means that we can now head back to the Gaia Gate and face a boss fight that, believe it or not, despite the footage you are about to see, is an absolute joke. Again, you wouldn't believe it by looking at this. Is the longest amount of time, because it had to be, because I was recording myself, the longest amount of time I think I have ever spent in this fight. I think even my first playthrough, I took this guy out faster. So the Dark Guardian, unlike the others, is a drastically different fight compared to the HD version. Either version you play, he is pathetic. Like in the HD version, he's about the size of a normal nightmare, or a deep nightmare at least. He's about the size of Sonic, basically. And all you gotta do, there's currently a helicopter going. Oh, that must be a low-flying... I can't actually see it, but that sounds like a low-flying helicopter. But anyway, he's about the size of Sonic. You punch him a few times, and then he gets stunned for ages. And then you just got to push some blocks around. The nightmares that are there to stop you, they're the biggest problem. He's got great hair. He's got great hair, but other than that, this guy's pathetic. Despite the fact that in this version, he is freaking enormous. Fortunately, often I mistime my guards here, but I'm also in the midst of attacks. Don't know why that one didn't hurt me, but yeah, it is very possible to beat this guy in under a minute. He will always do this teleportation. I don't think you can avoid this. And then what he'll do is he'll send a Marvel Cinematic Universe style sky beam into the air, and then that lightning falls down and it starts to heal him. It won't completely refill it. Even by that point, it will stop. But I mean, if you're able to punch him enough, it'll continue to attack. But since I got knocked back, it initiates a quick time event. Not sure why we need this animation to waste my time. But you can beat this guy in under a minute, but you wouldn't know by looking at this. But again, I'm surprised. He's the size of a Titan in this version. Really should have dodged out of the way of that. He's the size of a Titan, but look how quickly his health goes down. I mean, unlike the Titans, you can't, and he can block. Unlike the Titans, you don't have access to any form of unleashed mode in this fight. I do prefer this fight over the HD version, because that version is repetitive, it's pointless, because you don't even fight the Guardian. You can just punch him like 3 times and he gets knocked out, and then you're back to block pushing with some occasional nightmares getting in your way. Here it's like straight up fisticuffs. You know, it's a proper fight. It's a pathetic fight, but it's like, at least it is a proper fight. He's also the only one that has any sort of clothing. Like, he's got those things around his wrists. And one thing I do like in the HD version, when you defeat him, Sonic will then say, I know little girls that can swing a hammer better than you. Well, one anyway. And I love that. We never see Amy's hammer in this game, but I do love that line. Again, pointless 5-minute time limit. This guy is... I don't know why they gave you that time limit. He's the easiest fight in the game. I can normally fight him a lot better than that. It is possible to beat him in under a minute. HD version, longer, still as pathetic. But at least he can take more punches. So now we can restore the next continent. You know, Chip, not once you ever question your ability to raise these things up or what that thing on your necklace is doing. Or in the case of this version, the fact that you also use that necklace to open the doors. He never questions it. It's never brought into question. And there it is again. There is that mural that we're not going to question, that we're not going to say anything about. Neither of them are going to see it until the next Gaia Gate, the 6th temple. It takes them 6 temples to actually see that mural that is there in every single one of them. I don't know why it bothers me. I really don't know why it bothers me, but it does. You're a real hero. I, on the other hand, still can't remember a thing. Yeah, this version does at the very least, does come back to that. We sort of ignore the whole memory loss thing once we get to Dark Gaia. It's brought up 1 or 2 times in the HD version, but it is brought up more here, which I'm fine with. I just wish there was a bit more to it. But anyway, we're finally done with some Werehog for a bit. We can go into some day stages again. I'll see you guys then.